What if I told you that the one thing you do every night for a little bit of comfort, that small, seemingly harmless ritual before you turn out the lights, is secretly betraying your body while you sleep? What if that little treat is the real reason you're waking up feeling stiff, achy, and like your brain is wrapped in a thick fog? It's not your age, and it's not just how it is, it's a silent saboteur. And today, we're going to turn on the lights and expose it once and for all. Stick with me, because what you're about to learn could change how you feel every single morning. Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Let's talk about something incredibly common, something many of us do without a second thought. It's the end of a long day. You've had your dinner, you've watched your favorite show, and just before heading to bed, you reach for something small. Maybe it's a couple of biscuits with a cup of tea, a small bowl of cereal, a piece of toast with jam, or even just a few spoonfuls of ice cream from the freezer. It feels innocent, right? A little reward, a moment of comfort. But that very moment of comfort is setting off a chain reaction inside your body that lasts all night long, and it is quietly weakening you from the inside out. I'm talking about eating sugar and simple processed carbohydrates right before you go to sleep. And before you say, "Oh, I don't eat dessert," I want you to stay with me, because this saboteur hides in places you'd never expect. This isn't about guilt or shame, it's about understanding. It's about taking back control so you can wake up feeling refreshed, clear-headed, and ready for your day, not like you've just gone 10 rounds in a boxing ring. Let's start with the most immediate problem, the blood sugar roller coaster. Imagine your body's energy level is like a calm, serene lake. When you eat sugar or refined carbs like white bread, crackers, or a cookie, it's like throwing a giant boulder into that lake. You get a huge splash. That's the blood sugar spike. For a brief moment, you might feel good, comforted. But what goes up must come down. Your body, in a panic, releases a flood of a hormone called insulin to grab all that sugar out of your blood. Insulin does its job a little too well, and your blood sugar doesn't just return to normal, it crashes. It plummets below where it started. Have you ever woken up bolt upright around 2 or 3 in the morning, heart racing, feeling anxious for no reason at all? That's often your body's emergency response to this crash. It releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to force your blood sugar back up. Your body thinks it's in a crisis, so it wakes you up. It's an alarm bell. You might fall back asleep, but that deep, restorative sleep you so desperately need, it's been shattered. This roller coaster, night after night, is why you can have a full 8 hours in bed but still wake up feeling completely exhausted and unrested. It's not the quantity of sleep, it's the quality that's being stolen. But the damage doesn't stop there. Let's talk about something you might be feeling in your joints right now: inflammation. Think of inflammation as your body's internal fire department. When you get a cut, the area gets red and swollen. That's acute inflammation, the good kind, rushing in to heal. But sugar fuels a different kind of fire. It fuels a low-grade, chronic, smoldering fire that burns silently throughout your body. When you eat that sugary snack before bed, you are literally throwing kindling onto that fire and leaving it to burn all night long, completely unchecked. While you're sleeping, your body is supposed to be in repair mode. It's cleaning house, fixing damaged cells, and calming things down. But instead, it's forced to fight this sugar-induced fire. This is why you wake up with that deep ache in your joints, that stiffness in your back, your hands, your knees. It's that chronic inflammation making its presence known. Over time, this constant state of internal alert can contribute to much more serious health issues, but on a day-to-day basis, it's the #1 reason for that morning stiffness and pain that makes getting out of bed feel like a monumental task. Does that sound familiar to you? That feeling that your own body is working against you first thing in the morning? It's not. It's just reacting to the fuel you gave it the night before. Now let's move from the body to the brain. The brain fog. That feeling like you're thinking through mud, where names are just out of reach and you can't seem to focus. This isn't just a normal part of getting older. It's directly linked to what we've been talking about. Your brain is an energy hog. It consumes a massive amount of your body's glucose, but it needs a steady, stable supply, like a slow-burning log in a fireplace. That blood sugar roller coaster we talked about, it's the complete opposite. It's like throwing flash paper on the fire, a big flare-up followed by nothing. Your brain is being starved of stable energy all night long. But there's something else, something fascinating that happens while you sleep. Your brain has its own janitorial service called the glymphatic system. During deep sleep, it flushes out all the metabolic waste and toxins that build up during the day, including the proteins associated with cognitive decline. But here's the catch. This cleaning crew only works during the deepest stages of sleep. And what did we just learn that late-night sugar does? It completely wrecks your deep sleep. So not only is your brain being deprived of stable energy, but it's also being prevented from cleaning itself. You're literally waking up with yesterday's mental garbage still rattling around. This is the source of that brain fog, the forgetfulness, and that frustrating lack of mental clarity. You might be thinking, okay, I get it, no more cookies. But what about my healthy yogurt or my whole wheat crackers? This is where the saboteur is so sneaky. We're not just talking about obvious sweets. That seemingly healthy fruit on the bottom yogurt can have more sugar than a candy bar. A bowl of bran flakes or Cheerios, they break down into sugar in your bloodstream almost instantly. White bread, white rice, pasta, and even certain sauces and salad dressings are packed with simple carbs and hidden sugars that trigger the exact same catastrophic chain reaction. It's about looking at food for what it turns into inside your body. And these simple and processed foods all turn into sugar, fast. It's time we start reading labels not just for calories, but for sugar content and simple carbohydrates, especially in the foods we eat in the evening. The food industry has become masterful at hiding sugar under dozens of different names, but your body knows exactly what it is, and it will react the same way every single time. So, what do we do? The solution is thankfully much simpler than the problem. This isn't about deprivation, it's about a strategic shift. The first and most powerful rule is to create a window. Aim to stop eating all food 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. This is the golden rule. Give your body time to digest. Let your blood sugar stabilize. Allow your system to power down so that when you get into bed, your body's only job is to rest and repair, not to manage a 5-alarm sugar fire. For many of you, just doing this one thing will be a complete game changer. You will be amazed at how much better you sleep and how different you feel in the morning. But what if you're genuinely hungry? What if your stomach is rumbling and you know you won't be able to sleep? I understand. In that case, you need to choose your snack with intention. You need something that won't send your blood sugar on that roller coaster. Think protein and healthy fats, a small handful of almonds or walnuts, a slice of cheese or a hard-boiled egg, a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt with a few berries. These foods are stabilizing. They provide a slow release of energy. They won't trigger that insulin panic and the subsequent crash. Another wonderful option is a warm, soothing cup of herbal tea, like chamomile or peppermint. It can satisfy that need for a comforting ritual without any of the negative consequences. It signals to your body that it's time to wind down. I want you to reframe this in your mind. This isn't about taking something away from yourself, it's about giving yourself something. You are giving your body the gift of deep, uninterrupted, restorative sleep. You are giving your joints a night off from battling inflammation. You are giving your brain the chance to clean house and reboot. You are choosing to wake up with more energy, less pain, and a clearer mind. Think about your own evening routine for a moment. What's your go-to? Is it something that might be contributing to these issues? Just being aware is the first, most powerful step. Small hinges swing big doors, and this one small change, what you do in the few hours before bed, can swing the door wide open to better health and more vibrant days. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to wake up feeling rested and capable. It all starts with being just a little more mindful tonight. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. This is such an important topic because it affects so many of us without even realizing it. The power to change how you feel is truly in your hands, and it can start as soon as tonight. If this information was helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps others find it.